you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Jets, Jets. Let's go. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. Pleasure to have you here with me. We're going to discuss tonight the quarterback options. Now, is it quarterback 2? Is there competition to bring in for quarterback 1? What's it going to be? We're going to get into that and much more. Also, we're going to review a mock that I did earlier today, and I think it's the best one by far that I've done. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Turn it up.
It's got me.
Gentry covered the bumble!
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Fantastic indeed. And for those of you that missed the announcement the other day, Blitz BK sent me 2 new songs. We're going to debut the new anthem for the new season, draft weekend coming up. Also, if you are not heading out to Pittsburgh with Jake and you are going to be in the area and you're going to be in New Jersey and you want to get together for the draft party, I will be at the Woodbridge Brewing Company, 7:30 p.m. for round 1 on night 1. Night 2 and 3, we'll be down in Atlantic City. Going to have a good time. Everyone is welcome. Feel free to join us. Speaking of Jake with a super chat starts us off. Nick Shine Show on a Sunday evening, folks. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate you, good sir. Also, for those of you watching, hit the like button. Subscribe to this channel. Also, it's Sunday night. Raffle entries are doubled. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be doing the Winner's Choice raffle once again. $5 super chats, gifted memberships get you on the wheel. Again, tonight they're doubled. Also, your choice, mini helmet, jersey, photo. You pick the player, you pick the item, we'll make it work. I have Mark Riss's item. He doesn't know what it is yet. Going to connect with him one day this week. We couldn't get together over the weekend with our schedules. So I have it in the truck. He lives like a mile and a half from me. So it's just a matter of him being home when I'm available and vice versa. But congrats to him. Thank you, Jake, for the super chat. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's topic. Can this man find another quarterback? Can the magnificent magician find another quarterback for our New York Jets? I don't like this one. We're going to go here. That's better. I love that background that Gator made. So I like that. I like to keep that visible. Hope you guys enjoy it as well. If not, tell me like you always do. Can Muji find some competition? Now, I say competition because last year, as Jets fans, we were all disappointed that Justin Fields was just handed the job. I hope Aaron Glenn learns from that. Don't make an announcement. Don't make a grand gesture. Learn from your mistakes and say, hey, we're going to see how it plays out. It's going to be an open competition. And then if you make your announcement at the start of training camp after OTAs, that's fine. We're going to know who it is by the amount of reps each quarterback gets. And if it's clearly Geno getting all the reps in the OTAs and the mini camps, then it's Geno. But don't declare it in April. So some of the options that Muji has. Number one, re-sign Tyrod Taylor. Do you want to have a quarterback room with two 36-year-old quarterbacks? That's a question to have as an organization. Now, Bailey Zappi's on the roster. I don't, maybe a QB3 if he even makes the team at all, but we'll get into that in a little bit. So you'd have Geno Smith at 36 years old, and Taylor would be your backup at 36 years old. We know Taylor can't stay healthy. Every time he gets on the field, he's hurt. Whether it's in the first four quarters or the first four games, he's going to get hurt. And if you're going to have him on the team, you better have a reliable third QB. So to start, I don't know if Tyrod Taylor is the guy for this team for multiple reasons. He might not even want to be here anymore. He might decide to retire. There hasn't been much interest in him as of yet. Oh, let me silence the phone. Amateur hour. Now, the next quarterback, if you have a problem with the 36-year-old quarterback, you're probably having an issue with Joe Flacco. Flacco's out there. Flacco said that if he's not back to the Bengals, which doesn't look like he is, he'd like to go somewhere where he can compete. I think if you bring in Joe Flacco, there would be an open competition between Geno and Flacco. I don't think it's a given. You're not giving Geno Smith $30 million like you did last year to Justin Fields, so it would be a true competition. But again, I don't know if that's the route that they want to go. Flacco is here. He's a Jersey guy. Went to Delaware. Has a home down the Jersey Shore. I don't know if they go that route. I don't know if they want to go back to a 40-year-old quarterback. Been there, done that. Didn't really work. Next is a younger quarterback. He's got some starting experience in the league. He's got some wins under his belt. It's Cooper Rush. Now, none of these names are going to get everybody excited. None of these names are going to invigorate the fan base. But Cooper Rush is a guy who's been able to start some games in this league. He's been able to play some competent quarterback and led the Cowboys to several wins. Again, it would be strictly as a backup role. I don't think he would surpass Geno. And I think he might just float with where he's familiar. Now, here's an interesting name. This guy was a Jet, but he wasn't technically a Jet. Who am I talking about? None other than Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater was a Jet, never made it to the regular season. As you know, we traded him away to the Saints. He went to coach high school football. He came back in the league. If you want to build your culture and you want to get that locker room full of leaders, there's not many guys in the league with better character than Teddy Bridgewater. There's not many guys in the league that you could bring in who are going to help turn that ship with your culture than Bridgewater. Again, strictly backup role. Geno would probably win it easily. But it's a guy that you can bring in who's a good guy to have in a locker room. He's a good guy to have a part of your team. But those are the four free agents that I looked at that I would consider. Now, these I wouldn't consider, but when you have the magnificent magician who does trade after trade after trade, Teddy Bridgewater signed with the Lions, and then he's still listed as a free agent here. So over the cap has to do better. All right, my fault. I relied on over the cap for this info. That's why I put him on there. Appreciate you, veteran Jets fan. I went by over the cap's ratings of the best quarterbacks available. Six Rings with a super chat says, "Have you gone VIP to a game with include alumni greet?" No, I've met players before. Uh, Rex Ryan years, the Jets used to pull up in buses, get dropped off by the flags, and do the jet walk. And they would walk out, and they would have different veterans come out and lead them. Testaverde, we met, and things like that. I've met a ton of players throughout the years, but never at a VIP for the game. So the free agents: Tyrod Taylor, Joe Flacco, Cooper Rush, and Bridgewater. I missed out on the Bridgewater news, and like I said, I used over the cap for my list of available free agents, and Teddy was one of them. So, Teddy, you are no longer a Jet. Trade market. I'm not interested in the trade market. The one name that keeps popping up is Mac Jones. Everything I said about setting a culture, I don't think Mac Jones does that. Mac Jones has been, just to be blunt, a guy who grabs other guys or kicks other guys in the groin. He's not a good. He's not a good dude. He's had some better play under Shanahan in San Francisco, but who doesn't? Everyone plays well under Shanahan. I can't even consider Mac Jones, and I pray to God that the Jets don't. The other option is a name that's been popular for quite a while. Excuse me. Tanner McKee. Now, with Andy Dalton just getting traded to the Eagles, you would think that it opens up Tanner McKee to a possible trade. I'm not very excited about that. All right. Okay. I don't know. I can't look at Tanner McKee and say this is a guy that we got to bring in. If it happens, it happens. But it's like a Cooper Rush signing. All right. Rush has more quarterback experience. I would get more excited about Rush than I would Tanner McKee. Now, this is very slim pickings. Those are the guys that are talked about as trade bait. The draft. I have gone at great length discussing how I feel about Ty Simpson. I can't do it. I can't pull the trigger on Ty Simpson in our first four picks. I can't. However, later in the draft, you have guys, the Jets are set to meet Carson Beck, Drew Aller. These are guys that you can draft with very little expectations and kind of bury them on your depth chart. And if you keep Bailey Zappi as your 2, and then you have one of these rookies as a 3, whether it's Nussmeier, Klubnik, Aller, Beck, another name. I know Taylor Green is a popular name amongst Jets fans. Again, it's very little expectations. There won't be very many smart Jets fans screaming and clamoring over them to play. But I think that you can look at this list, whether it's a free agent, it's a trade, or the draft, and say that this is Geno's job. Unless Geno completely falls off the face of the earth, I don't think he's that far off of playing quality football. Yes, the Raiders' offensive line was awful last year. But 2 of his last 4 years, he's thrown for 4,000 yards. We've had one quarterback in the history of the New York Jets throw for 4,000 yards. All of this leads to what I've been saying. It's the 2027 draft. You've lined everything up to build your roster and bring in the quarterback as the final piece of the puzzle. Build your roster, solidify your line, get your weapons completed, get a solid defense, and then just keep adding. And you have 3 ones next year. Get your quarterback, get another elite weapon, and then go get another elite playmaker on defense, whether it's a top corner, rusher, a middle linebacker. If you miss on one this year, You have many options. But the best thing the Jets can do this year, in my opinion, is skip the quarterback in the draft in the first 4 picks and add Reese, perhaps an offensive lineman like Vega at 16 if he's there. Add Lemon, add a CJ Allen, add a McNeil Warren. Make this roster as good as it can possibly be. I want to see the quarterback come in and have a good team around him. We've very rarely done that. We've done that twice, and we've won with it. We did it with Sanchez, and we did it with Pennington. The problem with Sanchez was that we did it through free agency and trades, and we didn't build it through the draft the right way. And then we had to get rid of all those players. And Mike Tannenbaum didn't value middle round draft picks, and he traded them away for veterans. And eventually, we had no up and comers on the team. Build the goddamn team the right way. Sean Bennett with a super chat says, "What's up, Nick? How's the family?" Family's good. Daughter's playing softball. She's a freshman. She's going to be playing JV and sitting some varsity this year. And the boy is working, doing pizza delivery, but the family's good. Thank you for asking. Very Charles Gorman of you. Sean Bennett also says, "How's that Jets soul glow?" I would love for the Jets to glow. I am sick and tired of them being an awful team. Tired of it. Veteran Jet fan says, "Do you do the 2 vets in a rookie model, or do you do the Browns thing and draft 2 quarterbacks, 2 rookies behind Geno?" I wouldn't draft 2 rookies this year. Next year, sure. I wouldn't mind that. If you get one of the magnificent M's, Manning, Moore, Mensa, Mestamaker, and then you draft another guy later, I'd be okay with that. If you take a swing on a guy late in the rounds this year, one of these 170 picks or the 200s, maybe you get lucky. Maybe you get a guy who's a career backup. Maybe you get a guy who can spot start from you time to time. I would go get a very smart guy. I wouldn't worry so much about the athleticism. I would get a really smart guy, a guy who could be like another coach. If you want to get that guy, bring him in and allow him to learn the system to help the rookie next year and be that 1-year veteran, but a really smart, savvy 1-year veteran. I'm with that. But I wouldn't take 2 this year because you got Geno for this year. I would build the rest of the team. I'd take a kicker late rather than taking 2 quarterbacks late. I'd take a kicker, a quarterback. I don't know. I'd be surprised if we took 2. Brady Cook got some experience last year. Maybe they just ride with him as the 3 this year. We're going to do one of these segments, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, hit the like button. Subscribe to the Nick Shine Show if you haven't already. For those of you in New Jersey or in New York who want to come out to New Jersey, round 1 of the NFL draft, we will be at the Woodbridge Brewing Company in Woodbridge with a B, not Woodridge if you're up north. Woodbridge, New Jersey. We'll have a flyer at some point this week. We'll be promoting that on the social medias, Discord, on the show here as well. Super chats, $5 and up, get you on the raffle wheel. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll have another wheel. Winner's choice. Gifted memberships get you on there as well. Spread the love. It's great marketing for the channel. It sends an email to people and says, "Hey, I don't know what you're doing on Sunday night." Oh, man, I just threw the fucking Gatorade cap. It was in my hand, and when I pointed, I threw it. Hey, Charles.
Hey, all you shiners. It's time for something cool. I'm here to do my part. I'll drop a stinky fart. No chicken soup for you. I'm gonna eat it up. And then I'll do a show and talk about the Green Hornet. I got a new laptop. You know it doesn't suck. I'll need to keep it down when I'm making too much noise. My mom will pull the plug and Dennis smack my ass. And that will surely blow. Hey, fuckers, it's time for the Nick Shine Show.
And look at that. Right on time. Sean Bennett gifted a membership that went to Veteran Jets fan, who's here. Awesome. Now you have access to all the amazing emojis on the channel. A veteran Jets fan, I know you've hit me up on Discord before. We've had discussions. If you want into the Nick Shine Show Discord, just shoot me a message and we'll add you. We'll get you in there. And shout out to you, Sean, with our first membership of the night. You were on the wheel for 2 entries. Easter night, we'll be doing a show. I'm not sure what time, if it's 8 or 9 o'clock, but stay tuned. See if we can get a guest for that night. I was going to get a guest for tonight, but then I was originally supposed to start at 9 o'clock. And I worked the site manager for sports in town. And I was at the soccer field. It's supposed to be from 3 to 8. And then the third soccer game at 6:30 got canceled. So I was able to get home and start earlier. So I didn't want to have a guest starting at 9, not knowing if and when, what time I would get home. But Sean, appreciate you. I think Muji was waiting for Carolina to release Dalton, but Panthers found someone to give them a late draft pick. Yeah, I don't know if he was waiting for Dalton because we've seen Muji make trades. We know he's very active on the phones, negotiating and reaching out and getting feelers. So I think he would have been in on that if they wanted Dalton. You know, the magnificent musician definitely would have called up and said, "We're interested. We want in on the bidding war." Like I said, folks, submit your questions in the chat. If you got any jet related questions, let me know. I'm going to pin the call in link for anyone who wants to call in. And you see here, ladies and gentlemen, says Tyrod also gets hurt in practice, not just games. It's fair. Oh, I looked at the screen and I thought I was all dressed up. And then I realized that's not me. Love how Nick over explains everything. Well, Sean, it's a talk show. You got to talk. You got to fill time. You got to wait for comments to come in when you don't have a guest. It's called time fill, bro. Submit great Jets questions and I won't have to. Good sir. Veteran Jet fan. No one was clamoring for the Wentz or Dalton additions, but they made sense from a Reich installment standpoint. This is true. I mean, I would have hated Carson Wentz. I would have hoped he never stepped on the field. That's just a human being that I can't root for. Everywhere he's gone, there's been bad stories that he's an asshole. He's selfish. He's a bad teammate. He's not a good leader. I would have never, ever wanted to see Wentz take real snaps for us. Oh, Black Gypsy says, I really hope the Titans come up to get love. That would be amazing for us and maybe Sherwood in the package. Now, I definitely have something that you guys are going to enjoy right now. Keep submitting your questions. I promise I will get them. Throw a question mark at the end because StreamYard flags when it's a question. Here's today's mock. Like Black Gypsy said, I was at number 2. The Titans traded up. We bumped back to number 4, and we took Sonny Styles at 4. I know Gypsy's not going to like that. He wants downs more than anything. But I took Sonny Styles at 4. Reese went 2. Bain went 3. So Love was available. Styles was available. I took Styles. At 16, Mekhi Lemon was there. Vega was gone, who I have above Lemon on my board. So we took Mekhi Lemon at 16. Now at 33, Emmanuel McNeil Warren fell. I couldn't resist that player. I debated a couple other spots, but with the luxury of 35 and 44 with the Titans trade, we have 35. Chris Bell. Chris Bell is a big, fast, physical receiver from Louisville. Unfortunately, he tore his ACL late in the year, but this is the guy that you can stash and you have for the future. I think if you add Lemon and Bell with Wilson and Mitchell, and then next year's draft, you go get another number one wide receiver. Now you have a shit ton of weapons. And any quarterback would be able to come in and succeed with that. At 44, since we didn't take Reese, I took Malachi Lawrence, the edge from UCF. At 66, the other pick that we got from the Titans, Connor Lew, center from Auburn. So the Titans moved up, and we got Sonny Styles, Chris Bell, and Connor Lew. I think when you're looking long term at the New York Jets, you'd have Garrett Wilson, Lemon, and Bell as your top three receivers. And with Connor Lew, you would solidify your offensive line. 103, we get lucky. We get another weapon. Eli Stowers from Vanderbilt. Athletic marvel. Dom C's been on the show. Dom C has raved about him. We get him at 103. Now, with the trade with the Titans, we gave up a couple picks. Let me take that off. We gave up 140 and 179 to make that trade happen. At 228, we take Jack Strand, the 6'6" quarterback, D2. And then at 242, we take Dominic Zvada, the kicker from Michigan. So, all in all, I think this is a tremendous draft, short term and long term. And we'll see if Darren Muji can compete with the Nick Shine Show. I think this would be a killer draft. We've done a lot of work on the front to get physical. Now you add Styles, you bring in Lawrence at edge, you get McNeil Warren at safety, so you get players on all three levels. I thought about cornerback at 103. I thought about taking Rivers from Duke to help out with the nickel packages as a speedier guy. But when I saw Stowers there, I couldn't resist the opportunity. Have Stowers and Taylor together for years to come. It's too good to pass up. Eli Betts, member of the channel for 9 months. Eli says, grab the UTEP kicker, 4.540, and kick the 70-yarder at his pro day. And he is fucking shredded out of his mind for a kicker. I've never seen a kicker built like that. Yeah, he put on quite the show. I don't think he's in Black Gypsy, the Nick Shine Show or Nick Shine. Either one. You can hit me up on that. Friend me, and then I'll add you, buddy. I'm in Jake's Discord too. If you search for me in Jake's Discord, if you're in there, you can shoot me a message. But thank you, Eli. I appreciate your support, man, and everyone. All right, let's see. Yeah, I like that player. I love Reese. I love Bain. But Reese and Bain went. The idea was the Titans go up and get Love, and then I can get Reese or Bain at 4. But they both went 2 and 3. So not ideal. I think that the Titans would trade up and not take Love from everything we're hearing right now. But in that mock, that's how it went. JD Surf City says, why waste pick 33 on a mid safety? You are the first person that I've seen call McNeil Warren a mid safety. I think he's clearly a top 3 safety in this draft with Downs and Thieneman ahead of him. And some like him better than Thieneman. So he's not DT, who's always on the show. Dylan Terraman is here so much. He's got the Nick Shine logo with him. Thank you to Addison for that. But I don't think he's mid at all. I don't know what makes you say that. I'm curious if you want to expand upon that. Yeah, I don't think he makes it to 103. Eli says, "What about Desmond Ritter as a backup? He's a humble young man and isn't a pussy like Justin Fields." I think just because of Gary, I wouldn't want Desmond Ritter. Just not to deal with Gary's comments. Dino says, "Nick just hit 11 years alcohol free. Let's go. Bravo to you, sir. Fantastic work. And I am so happy and proud of you, man. I really, truly am. I tell everyone there's a beautiful life out there. Go get it for yourself. And I hope to God you've done that, man. 11 years is fucking remarkable." Ladies and gentlemen, our first caller this evening, we got Black Gypsy. What's up, brother?
Shine. So,
What's
uh,
up, man?
my cousin was listening to your show, right? Because I got him onto your show, and he was listening to you talk about alcohol. And he texted me after. He's like, "Did you tell him your take on alcohol? Because I don't tell people my alcohol taste because it's insane. So I got a good one for you."
What?
So I grew up in Jamaica, right? And in Jamaica, most liquor is called spirits.
Yeah.
So our explanation behind it though is way different than everybody else's explanation behind it. So whenever they do certain traditions or certain things, like magic-y or not magic-y, you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
They use it to contact the spirits. It's the easy way. So it's either a drug you use or use alcohol. So whenever you see someone drunk, right? Like you see their regular self depart and whatever the alcoholic spirit is, take over. I want you to think about it. Think of how many times you've been fucked up, right, in your past, and how much different fucked up you is than regular version of you. Like the
Oh, Jekyll and
scale,
Hyde.
the scale of how different it is.
I would change throughout the levels of drunk.
Yeah, it's different levels of spirits.
I would start silent, then I would get into just boisterous, loud, making people laugh, and then like it would get like miserable and fucking like destructive.
My grandpa was like Matrix before Matrix, so he would say the more alcohol you drink, the more spirits you let in. So at some point, you're not yourself anymore. You become the psychopath. So
I stopped.
Always happy to see people get off liquor. So
Yeah.
check this out, right? Like you got me thinking about that love trade. If the Titans came up to get love, like the options within that trade, it's probably the best trade we could get of anybody coming up. Like it's a thought process behind that is dope because if we can somehow package Sherwood, like we were talking about this last time, if we can package Sherwood and get somebody else. Like imagine being able to get Reese and Styles.
I mean I've said this before to you. Dream scenario is getting 2 Ohio State players early. It's the dream scenario. Whether it's Reese and then McDonald falls to 33, that's like the least of it. Tate, Downs, Styles, Reese. You get 2 of those 4, that's a tremendous draft.
How high do you think Downs is going to go? I have him at 4.
I think you could go 5 to the Giants. If not 5, I think you could go 7 to Washington. I think the Saints could take him if the Saints just say we're taking the best player on the board, and then he's the one that's left. Bengals at 10 could take him. I mean, Kansas City, now that they got the running back situation with Walker, they could just take the best player available and then draft for need with the other round 1 pick.
They just got rid of somebody too, so replacing him would be bringing him into Kansas City would be amazing.
Yeah,
you get rid of what was his name? Can't think of his name. But he was a safety, right?
Yeah, I forget. Was it the one that signed with the Bears?
I think so.
I forget his name. I just know.
You get rid of him. If Kansas City gets Downs on the back of that defense, they're a problem. Like they're a nightmare to see. But
They need help on their offense, though. Their offense has been the problem.
Yeah, the offensive line is going to suck for a while. It's Andy Reid, bro. Andy Reid doesn't really care about the offensive line. He's never cared about the offensive line. It's always been like the thing that like that struggles. So Gino under Andy Reid is his best opportunity to be a good quarterback.
Gino,
It's
you mean
it's
Fields?
a field, yeah,
Gino.
yeah. It's his best opportunity. I don't see anyone else being able to get anything out of him. If Andy Reid can't do it, no one can do it.
True.
Right?
I've said since the early 2000s, back with McNabb and the Detmers, uh, that he's been a quarterback whisperer. And I just
Yes.
think that any quarterback he's ever like had his hands on, it's just
Him
because
and McCarthy, bro. I wanted McCarthy. Like when McCarthy went to Green Bay, I was like, oh, you could have fired Aaron and got McCarthy and dog. But it is what it is. Let's see Redemption Team, bro. Redemption Team.
Sean says,
I'm
I love being filled with spirit. Some of the comments before I'm catching up on. Eli says, drunk me loves making awkward situations for sober me in the morning.
oh yeah. Yeah, drunk me empties ATMs and leaves you broke in the morning, bro.
Yeah,
Did you have a good time?
I'm glad those days were over. I love waking up knowing what I did the night
Yeah,
before and not
yeah,
having to like reach for the phone and be like, what the fuck did I say? Oh, who did I call?
the best part of drunk stories is not being the drunk person and being able to tell the drunk story. So if you're the person that's watching the drunk person, it's like, oh, this is gold. And not being responsible for them, gold.
My
But
favorite thing now is having a cigar and then you don't realize you smell like a cigar.
oh yeah, you
And
stink.
you wake up in the morning and it's like, oh fuck.
You stink. You
Because
stink.
when you're in the moment, like you don't realize sometimes. Like if you smoke a good cigar, like you just enjoy it. And then like, it's part of you. And then as like that enjoyment wears off, it's like, oh shit, damn, I knew I
Stink.
should've.
Stink
Yeah,
of cigar. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't smoke in my car anymore, like weed and shit. If I do, my windows are open because the stain of weed on you all day is quite the smell after some certain point. Like you just smell like a dispensary.
Yeah. Shout out to Sean with another super chat. Says Arvell Reese, number 2 pick. Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna give you guys something fun right now. There's a lot of discussion out there, the rumor mill, right, Gypsy, about the Titans possibly trading up for Jeremiah Love. If you have access to a gambling app right now, the maximum amount you can put down is $50 for Jeremiah Love to be the number 2 pick on FanDuel. It's plus 12,500. If you put $50 down, you'd win $6,250 if Love is the pick at number 2.
Who's your best number 2 offensive player in the draft?
The best offensive player,
In the draft, because they're the same Mendoza's one. Who's your number 2?
Love. Love and Tate.
I mean, so it's not that bad of a
Yeah.
thought process that the Titans would come up to get him. I
Listen,
mean,
you throw $25 down on it, you're getting 3,125. How many of you have wasted $25 on beers or shots or women, whatever?
we do it on the shows every day.
You don't waste money when you contribute here. You are being an outstanding member of the Nick Shine
I
community.
like that. I like that flip. You know what I mean?
It's not wasting money. It is an
Contributing.
honorable, respectable contribution to a handsome fucking dude.
Gotta pay to see shine, bro. Gotta pay to play. Gotta pay to play.
Were you watching last week when Jets Johnny gave a $50 super chat and I had
Yeah,
to cancel?
yeah. I was in the chat like,
I
do it.
showed my boss at work the next morning. He goes, "What the fuck?" And I go, "Just know I got options, bro. So don't be too rough on me at work. I got options out there in the world."
Moments of laughter and shame. Yay. That's all I got, bro. You know me, I'm always hating on Reich, so I mean,
Yeah, I mean, what's the best case scenario, right? You finish your offensive line, right? Like here, give me your thoughts on this before you go. If this were to happen, you have Lou at center, and you can have a competition between him and Myers. Best man wins. If it's Lou, your offensive line is set. You can bring in Lawrence as an edge guy. You're not committed long term right now to Will McDonald or Joseph Osai, right? I don't think that overly
yeah.
excites anybody. So You need to start adding pieces there. Styles can mentor and shadow Demario Davis. Makai Lemon joins Garrett Wilson. McNeil Warren is a player on the back end. You know, Belton and Cisco. I think this guy would get reps from day one in
Yeah,
certain
for sure.
packages and then steal the job and have it be his. You know, Fitzpatrick and McNeil Warren out there together would be a lot of fun. You already added Lemon, and now you're adding Chris Bell, and you can sit him and stash him because you have these luxuries of picks where you can take him, you can take Banks, Caleb Banks from Florida with these 3-2s. You could take a guy and sit him and wait. So then you get Stowers at tight end. This would be a dream draft if the Jets could land this group of players.
Instead of Stowers, because I think that's where he's going to go. He might go before that. I want
He
Rodriguez.
will.
Like, I want Rodriguez
So
on
in
that defense.
your scenario, you would take
Yeah,
Downs
man.
at 4 and then take Rodriguez with one of the two.
If I can, yeah. If I can, I would take Styles and Rodriguez and put DeMario in the middle and have them go apeshit. A linebacker core that's just insane and make you scared to even throw the ball anywhere near that direction.
Yeah.
Styles on the left, DeMario in the middle, and Rodriguez on the right, outside linebacker. You got speed, like everything that you need. He's good on the run. Like, and if I know we're not going to get Downs. Like it's the odds of us getting him are super low. But that's who I would love to have. But if I can't have Downs, I would take Reese and Styles. I would take Styles and Downs. I would take Styles and Lemon. Like I just the end of that draft that you have, somebody got to throw in Taylor Green, man. Like those guys that are so athletic, like we don't care about football with them. Like when we were on our team in Piscataway, like we had a kid that was just funny. He was talking about Delvin McMillan and John,
Yeah.
Celestin. Like every day we play basketball at my driveway, dog. Like his house was right next door to my house. Like
Was it really?
Yeah, dog. And we're all in high school at the same time. So like, there was kids on our football teams that ran track. They were just really good athletes. Like they weren't specifically like a lineman or a linebacker or a running back. Well, they're so good that when you give them the opportunity with any coaching at all, like they'll shine. And the guy is massive. He's there's not many big quarterbacks that can move like him. So if you teach him how to pass, just basics, like it's not a bad pickup at all, especially third day pickup. Like that's who I would like to get him. Of all the quarterbacks that we've been talking about, Nussmeier and Aller and all them, like those would be good pickups also. But I want Green, bro. I want the unproven thing that could be just this amazing dream. So I understand you always hoping and saying if, because if is my Brady Cook and if was my Taylor Green. I have to shoot for the underdogs, bro. Like,
Hey, quick question for you: best football player to ever come out of Piscataway?
Corey Mills.
Really?
Yeah.
He made it pro?
He died before signing his contract.
Fuck.
Greatest linebacker ever to play in Piscataway.
I was at Fox and the Hound at Menlo Park Mall when Anthony Davis got drafted.
Yeah. Like Mills would have been better, bro. Hey, there's tape on him because remember the Piscataway used to be on like local TV. Like there's tape on Mills. Mills went to Ruck. Like he was a monster.
How old are we looking? Like how old? What year was
this
he?
is in the 80s.
All right, before.
Yeah, this is in the 80s, and he died right before like getting to the draft, something like that. Like college, he was amazing. But in Piscataway, like he held every record forever. Like the whole trophy case was all Corey Mills, and the reason why I know, he's my cousin.
Oh shit! That's fine, man.
And so like that's the uncle that taught us football. We'd have literal like drills on Saturday and Sunday of just football all day. Like when we played Madden, he would be asking us questions and playing Madden Nintendo. Like, why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? So that's how we understand defense and shit like that.
No, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Oh, that sucks, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. It is what it is.
At least neither one of us said Kyle Wilson.
we've had some good basketball players and some good track people come out of Piscataway. Like
Yeah,
really,
great
really good.
athletes. Where in Piscataway did you grow up? I was a cable guy in Piscataway for 14 years, so
I lived off Gramercy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like I live like 2 blocks down from the fire station.
nice. I know it.
Stelton Pizza, the 7-Eleven.
The quick check.
Yeah, quick check. Yeah,
Oh, I spent so many afternoons in that fucking parking lot.
yeah. As kids, we used to go in there and try to steal the Porno Max.
They used to have a like a variety store down the street, like a pharmacy variety
Yeah,
store that
yeah,
sold like those giant greeting cards, like the 3 foot like
yeah.
birthday cards that you could get people. There would always be kids in there taking them out and like dumping them all over the place. That was like a little quick stop too. All
Yeah,
right,
good
sir.
time. Yeah.
I appreciate you calling in, man.
Hollers, man.
All right,
Deuces.
we'll talk soon. Peace. Veteran Jet fan says, I like Slaughter, Trey Zune, and Pat Coogan, the center option. Zune is very versatile. Yeah, I think that you're going to see that when they got Parham from the Raiders. He's got guard center flexibility. Uh, Titman's got it. I wouldn't be surprised if they go after someone like a Gunnar Jenkins, the guy with the red mullet, who's got tackle guard flexibility. Max Mitchell's played a little guard and tackle as well. So you see that they've loaded up guys with flexibility, uh, and that's what you need. You know, you never know when someone's going to get hurt, and you got to shuffle your line. And I think the beauty of the Jets last year, not that there was a lot, but the beauty of the Jets was that Titman was able to slide the guard, and you could bring Myers in. Give me 1 second. I gotta call my boss who just messaged me now. Let me play a video. We'll be right back. Let's give a quick shout out to Lane.
This is his Bobby in his orange chair. See, this is him. I like to come around. Look at my wife. No, I mean, I'm Neil. I saw that game and I was in my nuts. How could they not win? I'm upset right now, going bonkers with a cigar in my mouth. I was watching it and the record's like 10-3 now. You know? Let me just go step out the window right now. I'm Charles. With the hat on.
Oh wow, that's fast. Yeah, you could do. All right, hold on. Let's do Alan. Do you want to do a impersonation of me?
Good evening. Before I start this show, these are the advertisements. Custom best bourbon that you could get for just 99 cents for the you get 50% off anytime you go to like Buffalo Wild like wings for any Jets game or Giants game. We're gonna go take some callers now. Bobby, are you there? I don't think he's there. I think he's
All right. Thank you for that, ladies and gentlemen. Just supervisor got back to me late today. I had to inform him about something at the school today. So call lines are open. Oh, veteran Jet fans are going Malcolm Jenkins, another player from Piscataway. The cool thing was when Anthony Davis got drafted. For any of you who've ever been, it's no longer there. Fox and the Hound was at Menlo Park Mall in Edison, and in the back room they had like a pool room, and they moved all the tables out of the way, and he had a private family party back there, and I was in the doorway, and we knew he was getting drafted because all the camera lights came on, and then like the call came in, and we watched him get the call that he was getting drafted to the NFL. So for someone who's a dork with the NFL draft and loves the whole process and watching young kids' dreams come true, you know, as someone who's coached youth football for many years and watched kids have this dream of making it in the pros and watching somebody's dream come true right there in front of you, it's still one of like the coolest like sports moments that's not like a game moment. You know, I think that's at the top of my list. Of course, meeting people are there, but watching that dream come true for him, his family, and being 15 to 20 feet away from him as it happened was pretty fucking awesome. Big fella, Tennessee moving on, baby. LaFox. Let's fucking go. I'll admit, man, I'm upset about Carolina. I'm still upset about Caleb Wilson getting injured. And I'll be honest with you. I'm waiting for them to say we're moving on from Hubert Davis. So college basketball is kind of down for me right now, but I'm happy everyone else is enjoying the tournament. And I've been so damn busy, I haven't really watched much of it. I saw a little bit yesterday with my brother-in-law, but happy for you, big fella, as always. Mike says Sadiq is a juggernaut. Yeah, Sadiq's a juggernaut. Stowers isn't that far behind, though, athletically. He's not that far behind. If you miss out on Sadiq or choose not to go that route, I think the players in the mix at 16 are Lemon, Vega, possibly Sadiq, maybe CJ Allen. Not sure, but that's the beauty of having all these holes is you're not married to one player. We did that mock the other day with Dylan, Dom C, and the Buffalo Jet fan, and the run right before the 16th pick was Lemon, Vega, Allen. It was bang, bang, bang. Like worst case scenario. Best case scenario is this guy calling in. Let me see where you're at. Are you on the plane? Lou B, ladies and gentlemen. Lou, you hear me?
Does this work, Nick? I don't know. I can hear you. I'm on a plane to Vegas. I just wanted to say, go Jets. Go Jets, go Jets. A lot of Raider fans on this plane, Nick. I hope you can hear me.
Back, Lou. I got your back.
There's a lot of Raider fans.
Here, hold the phone up.
Need a chant.
Oh, I was giving them all the middle finger. I was giving them all the finger.
Like there's 4 Raider fans behind me, like a few seats down. They just gave me the shit while walking by. I'm like, you stole Mendoza. You stole Mendoza.
They gave us the shit. We got Geno Smith.
Yeah, exactly. I got a lot of beef with these guys. I might get locked up on this damn plane.
How long are you out in Vegas for?
3 days for the hospitality convention. 3 days. 3 days.
Nice. Enjoy.
3 days. Oh, turbulence. A lot of turbulence. Go Jets.
That's the Nick Shine Show, baby. We'll talk soon, Lou. Be good, buddy. Safe travels. I love Lou. Lou's the best. What's up, Jerome? I just wanted to hold the phone up. I was just flipping everyone off. It's a good point here. We'll definitely be scouting the UFL for kickers. Yeah, I mean, guys who could do. Listen, when you're out there and you're a kicker, and it's just the little tripod holding the ball and you kick, it's no big deal. But when you're kicking in a game, even if it's a UFL game, when you're kicking in a game and there's meaning to it, if you prove that you can kick, you prove that you can kick. Cade York doesn't stop you from searching for a kicker. I think you look in the UFL, you look in the draft, and you bring in competition. What's up, David D? This really personifies the New York Jets. The Raiders get Mendoza, we get Geno. I know the big fellow loves the kicker, Tate Sandell. But folks, hit the like button. If you're watching and you are not subscribed, 32% of the viewers on this channel are not subscribed, which would be about 11 of you right now. Hit the subscribe button. Become a member of the channel. We have a lot of fun things coming up. round 1 of the NFL draft. I will be at the Woodbridge Brewing Company in Woodbridge, New Jersey. I will have more info on that. We might have Kyle Clifton there. We'll have Jay Graves, the big fella. I'll have a lot of personal friends from the area who are going to be there. Nikki will be there with me and his girlfriend. I might have them working, checking people in. So more info on that coming this week. I'm working so many damn hours. I can't even get there. I love the back and forth in the chat. Yeah, Brian, true. Having Cade York means we don't have a kicker. Hey, with Banjo, that's your next phase, right? You did a very good job with the return team. You did a very good job not giving up on Isaiah Williams when we all wanted him gone. He left. They cut him. They brought him back. He had faith in him, and it paid off. He was an excellent, should have been all-pro returner. That's how good he was. You got Kene Nwangu back, another guy who's capable of being an all-pro type of returner. You got Thomas Hennessy, who's as reliable as they come as your snapper. You have McNamara, rookie punter, tremendous. Go find a kicker. Go create a kicker. If you can't buy one, build one. If you can build one of these kickers who are consistent and can kick 65-yarders like it's nothing, Banjo, you're going to become a head coach. Do it quickly, though, please. I would like to start winning football games. I want to win. I'm not somebody who's going to root for failure this year. We have the Colts who can tank. We have Charles Gorman, Michael Clemens, and Sauce Gardner who are going to tank for us. We don't need to tank. We got Gorman, Clemens, and Gardner on a mission from God to tank the Colts. We can win. It would be great to get to November and be 4-4, 5-3. Find a way to do it, man. It's not that difficult. Don't turn the ball over. Play good defense. Be clutch late. Win some goddamn games, man. Four-pointers now. They beat the NBA. The NBA, people have suggested that they create a four-pointer in the NBA. All right. Eli, I see your question about Golston. All right. He's 6'3", 266 with 34-inch arms. He was a 4.67 on the 40-yard dash. Vertical jump was 35. Bench press, he did 37 reps of 225. He was a muscular monster. You know, this is from NFL.com. Vernon Golston is a remarkable talent, but he's only just begun realizing his vast potential. He never picked up a football until sophomore year in high school and had just one season of defensive experience before being converted to defensive end when he arrived at Ohio State. Blessed with incredible speed, clocked at 4.56 in a 40, long limbs, superb length. Golston is a prototype pass rusher that professional teams look for. Big, fast, strong, and explosive. An avid performer in the weight room, he boasted the best bench press on the team at 455 pounds. He also put on an impressive performance for teammates, squatting 405 pounds 20 times. I mean, I don't think that's... Here's what I'm going to do. Instead of reading this, because this is lengthy, I'm going to drop that in the chat for any of you that would like to go read that. Yeah, Golston was big, fast. He's like the Brian Bosworth of defensive ends. He looked the part, but he couldn't play. That's a great analogy. Cheers to me. All right, folks. Call lines are open. Looking in for questions in the chat. Again, it's Sunday night. Raffle entries are doubled. We'll be doing the raffle 2 weeks from tonight. I have been reaching out to some guests. Might be getting together with Dylan Terraman later this week and a New York Jet beat reporter. Trying to get. Actually, he just messaged me back during the show here, and I'm gonna exchange some messages with him. Try to coordinate that. Get a couple good shows lined up for you guys this week. No, David, that was the thing. It looked like Tarzan, play like Jane. He had zero football acumen. He just he should have been a WWE wrestler. He was a more celebrated Michael Clemens. Yeah, that's another good point. He just didn't look like he loved football. Great point, Gypsy. Sean, stop fighting with the big fella. We don't do that shit here. Thank you. God damn it, Gypsy, you're not helping right now. Put the phone down, pick the blunt up. Just listen for a few seconds. Listen, if I'm not doing anything, I'll put the game on. I'm not going out of my way to watch the UFL. What they should do, but ESPN's got baseball. They don't even have baseball anymore on Sunday night. They went with women's sports, right? That's going to be fucking successful. I always thought that Vince McMahon really fucked up the first time with the XFL. He tried challenging the NFL. And what he should have done is went to the NFL and said, "Hey, we want to be a developmental league for you. Let us take your practice squad players. Let us take your third stringers. Allow them to play here. We'll play under the NFL rules." I don't know why he tried to challenge the NFL. He should have tried to get the NFL to embrace that league, and it would have been more successful, in my opinion. How many guys like Brady Cook? I would love to see Brady Cook play in a developmental league. Yeah, and then it came back, and then COVID hit. Yeah, I know I know big fella. I know, dude. We were at a game. Uh this just in: no more perfect brackets. All March Madness brackets officially busted after Virginia's loss to Tennessee. So, big fella, congratulations! Not only did you guys win, there will never be a perfect bracket. Yeah, right. That's a great idea. You put, and you even get coaches, assistants, or affiliated with the teams to coach. They should have done it. If you played a certain amount of plays in the year, or you were active a certain amount of weeks, you're ineligible to play. So it could be practice squad players who might not get enough time to shine in the fourth quarter of a preseason game. Pun intended, of course, here on the Nick Shine Show. Shout out to Gypsy before too. He said shine in his call. Yeah, Rod Smart. And who was the other one? Tommy Maddox. Tommy Maddox was actually the starter for the Steelers the year they won the Super Bowl. And Big Ben came in when Maddox got hurt. Yeah. Yeah. We had seats. It was the wildest tailgate I was ever at. It was the Hitmen in at the old stadium, the Meadowlands, against like the Alabama Birmingham team. And we got seats in the first row on the 50-yard line. And there was 20 of us. And it was the wildest tailgate I've ever been at in the middle of February in 15 degrees. And we just went down there and screamed and yelled and heckled and said all of the worst shit you could possibly think of to the players on the visiting team, to the point where like one of them wanted to come up and like fight me. Like that's how far I went. It was a wild scene. Opie and Anthony were there. Opie and Anthony. The XFL used to do two players run for the ball. Actually, they ran next to one another, and whoever got the ball, that was their coin toss. And they had Opie and Anthony do it at that game as like an honorary thing. Oh yeah, I launched. Yeah, that's that part. That tailgate. I'm not even proud of shit that happened that day. That's great. Yeah, it was so wild that league. But I thought Vince just approached it wrong, man. You had Dick Ebersol, you had NBC on board with you. This is when I believe NBC just lost out on football, and it went back to Fox because it was CBS and NBC for a while. And then Dick Ebersol and Vince were from Saturday Night Main Event. Vince always had a good relationship with him. They got the league. They should have just went to the NFL. They were both trying to go at the NFL. Like, you're going to fucking replace the NFL. It was just a great idea, but bad business model. The World League, John Kitna. Wow. And the man with the shield. Folks, we're winding down. We're going to get to the end of the show. I want to get to bed early tonight. Call link is still there. Sunday night, raffle entries are doubled. Don't forget, I'm going to throw clothes in the dryer. I will be right back. I teased this before because I didn't need to make the phone call for that long, but we're going to do some Lane impressions. We'll be right back.
This is his Bobby in his orange chair. See, this is him. I like to come around. Look at my wife. No, I mean, I'm Neil. I saw that game, and I was in my nuts. How could they not win? I'm upset right now, going bonkers with a cigar in my mouth. I was watching it, and the record's like 10-3 now. You know? Let me just go step out the window right now. I'm Charles. With the hat on.
Oh, wow. That's fast. Yeah, you could do. All right, hold on. Let's do Alan. Do you want to do a impersonation of me?
Good evening. Before I start this show, these are the advertisements. Custom best bourbon that you could get for just 99 cents for the you get 50% off anytime you go to like Buffalo Wild like wings for any Jets game or Giants game. We're gonna go take some callers now. Bobby, are you there? I don't think he's there. I think he's in a dark spot.
Would you be able to do an impersonation of Jake?
You know how it counts down to the beginning of the show and go, good evening. I'll have shows on for 2 days. I had one this morning with Jeff Parsons. And the merch store, anything that you could get from the merch store is you get for any, like, if you become a member. The first call we go to is Bobby, midnight. Hi, Jake. Hi, Bobby. Oh, you look happy. Can we see your cat? Okay, I'll show you my cat. Oh, the kitty cat. I can do this all day.
Can you do an impersonation of Robert C?
Don't worry, but his hair's never clean. He looks like a guy from Monster Inc.
Are you going to race shows at MetLife Stadium in the parking lot of 40-yard dash?
Do you know the national anthem?
Oh, say, and make it by the light and so bright as the twilight's last gleaming.
Yeah, big fella. The Lane highlight clip is great. For those of you who missed the show Friday night, the last half hour, 40 minutes of the show, I just played every great clip that I have right in a row. So if you just want to go down memory lane. Also, for those of you that remember, today, March 22nd, 2 years ago today in 2024, was the debut of Denmark Andy. Denmark Andy, of course, is now banned from the channel and from calling in. He called in a couple times throughout his tenure. But Denmark Andy made his debut today, 2 years ago, in an infamous dip down and sniff moment live on the air. So if you're in my Discord, I shared that earlier with the call, with the time of it. If you get a chance later, go check that out. Oh, come on, Boomtown. Why is he banned? He said a bunch of awful shit on a second or third call. He called in 3 times because he would just search the internet in the middle of the night in Denmark looking for shows that had the StreamYard link. Yeah, he did. He's actually in this highlight right here.
Did you see the Bobby picture? Look at that. He lost like 3 pounds. He looks good now. God. Who is that?
Gilbert's here.
Is that Wayne? Wayne? Cool down. Hi, Wayne. Hi. Wobble C?
Yo.
I feel really good looking with that cast. You all look retarded.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell.
Yeah, that was him on the bottom right. But, folks, we're getting near the end of the show. Let's start dropping our What Did We Learn? Questions are still there. Super chats, of course, welcome at any time. Gifted memberships, welcome as well. We'll keep the show going. Your questions in the chat. I see you guys are having a very spirited debate about the kickers. Give me 1 second. Shit that comes in on my phone during the shows. Denzel Mims. Yeah, there's many Jets draft picks deserve to be there. I can't believe Michael Clemens got a 3-year, $18 million deal after what we saw. That's remarkable. That's crazier than the Javon Kinlaw deal to Washington. Eli says, I learned Reese and Golston are one and the same draft styles. All right, folks. If that is our last of What Did We Learn and we have no callers, it's time.
Hey there, shiners, you
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a shiner, if you are a member of the channel, go ahead and do what David just did. Mr. Boomtown, if you would please, good sir, drop it like it's hot and let everyone here know, what did you learn? I tell you what I learned. I learned don't mess with the big fella there in the chat. Never mess with a mod. Boomtown learned over the cap needs to do better. Yeah, what the fuck is that? Over explaining has a direct correlation to lack of callers on the line. The kicker debate raged in tonight's chat. Absolutely. Black Gypsy, I learned the big fella is a giant and Sean is a hobbit. Well done. Yeah, no worries, big fella. You know you're the homeboy. You have free reign to make it rain whenever you want, on whoever you want. Hashtag Bobby. But, ladies and gentlemen, short show tonight. Not a lot jet news in the world. I thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. I'm working 12 hours Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm going to reach out now. I'll tell you, Antoine Staley, trying to reach out to him, coordinate a day during the week. Dylan, DT, and I, perhaps later in the week. Friday night, episode 69 at 7:30 p.m. I will be the guest, of course, on episode 69 with Jets Worldwide with Snowball and Johnny. So, a lot of Nick Shine this week. That's what she said. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Have a good night. God bless. Go Jets. Be good to one another. Gypsy, I told you already. Just type Nick Shine or Nick. It's Nick Shine or the Nick Shine Show with no spaces. It's one of those. I will look right now to confirm my profile. Yeah, my name is Nick Shine, but my username is the Nick Shine Show with no spaces. So either one of those, you should be able to get me. Friend me, and I'll get you in there, bro. You'd be a great addition. Veteran Jet fan, you as well. If you want in, let me know. But looking to get more Jets conversation. If you are on Discord, hit me up. We'll get you in there. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good night. Thank you for supporting the Nick Shine Show in every way that you do. God bless. Go Jets. Peace out. And we're going to do a quick one. Good night, everyone.